602 Rose Show. This is season-long picks on the Rose League app. Spoilers and spoilers and spoilers. If you don't want to know what happens this season, turn this episode off. There's a general strategy episode that I can put up top here. There's an episode from last year that you can watch if you kind of just want to know if this is for you or not. But the spoilers are here. Last warning. This will ruin the season for you. High level, season long is a lineup style where you set it one time. It locks week 2, and you never have to touch it again. This is traditional Fantasy Bachelor. This is what got me into the game in the first place. This used to be like the game to play. So we wanted to bring it back at Rose League and introduce it to a new generation of players. It's a little different. The scoring is identical to normal Rose League. So all your scoring feeds in the same way. The general concept's the same. You pick girls the same way. Everyone's priced between $22 and $19. A little spoilery just on the pricing. It's a model that I've worked on for a long time to try to generate as many unique lineups as possible so we don't have ties at the top as often. Now, if thousands of people are playing, you're going to have some identical lineups, but the general concept is you have freedom to build your lineup the way you want, and you can capture different pieces, different aspects of the Bachelor show in your lineup. For me, what I usually will do, gotta have the winner. You have to have the winner. Last chance. So for me, I started with Daisy. Daisy wins this year. She's a $21 player. So right off the bat, what that does is it necessitates me having a lower priced player, a $19 player, to offset her. So that's how I will start to build my roster. I know if I have Daisy at 21, she wins. She gets 2 different one-on-ones. That's a great lock-in. Really what you're trying to do, the term we use is depth of competition. You want the girls that stick around the longest because generally speaking, the longer you're on the show, the more opportunity you have to score points. Screen time and points correlate directly in Fantasy Bachelor. Surprise, surprise. So you want depth of competition. You want the people who are going to be there the longest. So Daisy right off the bat, what that did was put me in a sticky situation. And so, as I just said, normally I'll go to the bottom of the list now and I'll pick my $19 pair. Didn't do that this year because of how difficult it was to build out a lineup. The pricing is really well done. So what I did was I grabbed my second person. Kelsey A comes in 2. She also pulls down 2 one-on-ones. She's also $21. What that did was it meant I couldn't grab anybody else up top. That's it. But having the winner and the runner-up gets me a whole lot of flexibility to punt other points. So I came all the way back down, and I wanted to make sure I had as many people as I could that would last long. So start looking at top 10s and top 6s and top 4s. The top 4s, you can't get any more girls in at that $21 price point. So the first price break you get is Kelsey T, who is top 6. She gets a one-on-one. She might have a group date, Rose. We're not entirely sure on that yet. $20 player. So now I know I need 2 $19 players. Sydney is going to get the villain edit. She's also top 12. Give me Sydney out of that $19 range. But then at the bottom of this list, there's not a whole lot left. I kind of pivoted back and forth, but for me, it's going to be Autumn, who wins a group date. So really at that point, you're trying to maximize your points. It's very difficult this early in the season to project things like swearing and types of kisses. So solid data point is that Autumn wins a group date. That's points. So Daisy and Kelsey at the top at $21 each necessitates Sydney and Autumn at the bottom at $19. I usually like to have the villain, so I'm not upset about having to take Sydney at $19. She gets a 2-on-1 date later this year, and she ends up getting sent home. So being able to get into the top 12 and hopefully have that villain edit will up her screen time artificially. Normally, if you're top 12-ish, you're not going to have screen time unless you have that villain edit, and that's what she gets. And then Kelsey T at $20 right in the middle prevents me having to go down and grab one of the $19 girls that we don't really have a whole lot of interest in. She does get a one-on-one date. She might win a group date rose, and she is top 6. So ultimately having first place finish, second place finish, a top 6, a top 12 with the villain, I feel pretty good about. So any points that Autumn can get me in the next couple weeks here, that's the differentiation between my lineup and a lineup that punts and goes for a different $19 player. So that's the thing I would encourage you to do is just think about the structure of the Bachelor season and how you want to go. If you're not spoiled, it becomes a lot harder, but essentially you can pick your winner. But if you're watching this video, you already know what happens. So you got to have Daisy. You have to have Daisy in your lineup. I can't imagine we have a winning lineup that doesn't have the Bachelor winner in it. It's happened in the past. You have to have a super villain that goes pretty deep for that to happen. That's just not really how this season plays out. So Daisy, Kelsey A, Kelsey T, which I'm not going to enjoy doing that all year, Sydney, and Autumn. That is my season-long picks. Get your lineups in. This video is going to drop right before lock so that nobody can bite my picks because we are in a very competitive league. Combined play, 602 Row Show League. Thanks for joining us, and I'm going to film the episode 2 right now, but that'll come out before this video. So appreciate the fans, appreciate the viewers, and good luck on your season-long lineups.